Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
It's a terrific Wednesday.
There's
just two of us. That's okay. We're going to get through it just fine.
Yeah, but we have phone calls, we have guests, we have tons of things to talk about. Usually on Wednesday we guess all the games too, so it's kind of weird.
Well, we're going to do that too.
Okay, we've got a full show. There's no doubt about it.
I got to write that down too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, a lot to unpack because we didn't.
Bomber's a little under the weather.
Yeah.
So we wish her well, but man, oh man, what a Monday, Tuesday, 2 days of sports that we got to.
Yeah, I had to take some time off yesterday because I had to get things taken care of before I went up to Iowa City.
Digest, I should say, in the last
we had things
less than 48 hours
to unpack.
Oh my God, if
you will.
I mean, I'll get it right out.
Sure, go. Which one? Go. You
Pittsburgh Steelers. I revised the power rankings. They've dropped to 2. Kansas City's at 1.
Pittsburgh loses to Washington at home 23-17 in the first game of the doubleheader. Alex Smith was 31 for 46 for 296 yards and a touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger 53 for 305 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alex Smith wins the Comeback Player of the Year award showdown.
He certainly did.
He wins. That's where you're at there.
Yeah, he certainly did. Listen, are the Steelers bad because they lost to Washington? No. Washington's starting to come together in a groove. They've had a lot of talented draft picks. Alex Smith is a good quarterback. They would have been, a lot better if he had been the quarterback the last few years.
Hey, you know what?
So, like I said, their defense is solid.
I don't watch. And we're going to talk later about this, but I don't. If I'm scrolling through something or it's on the television and they're going to show like skateboarding like tricks, I'm not watching it because I know eventually someone's going to try to go on a railing or handrail and they're going to fall. I don't want to see that. Yeah. Just like I don't want to see bad hits of Alex Smith, and I definitely do not want to see that leg in that cast ever again.
Oh, it wasn't
that brace. That was a brace. That was like a carrot that was decomposing right before our eyes. That's his leg. That was his leg.
Giant carrot.
And then he's bleeding in that game, and your heart starts racing, and it was his other leg.
Yeah.
Nothing bad, but I mean, still. So, but you know what that does? That now it puts them at 5-7 with the Giants in the NFC East for the Redskins. Great defense. Riverboat Ron's looking well. Apparently, Gibson got crypto.
The Redskins are going to win this game.
The football team.
Or they're going to win this division. Dallas did what I wanted him to do last night.
Yeah,
way to go to prove yourself. Mike McCarthy is still being the crappiest coach.
Dallas had a 10-point lead at one point, and then they just let Baltimore run all over them. This is the first time since 2010 that a team has allowed 260 team rushing yards 3 times in a season, 3 times or more. The only other time that's been done more is 5 times the Kansas City Chiefs did it in 1976. But, the Cowboys in 2020 now have 3 games allowing a team over 260 team rushing yards.
This is coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I understand there's a little bit of injury here and there, but this is coaching. It all comes down to coaching. Period. Nolan needs to go. McCarthy needs to go. Just Dallas, get out there right now. Go hire Eric Bieniemy. Fix this team. Jerry Jones, pull your head out of your ass.
Yeah. You better be moving quick.
I'm telling you, exactly. Move quick. Get on it now.
And then
Fire McCarthy.
Buffalo traveled to San Francisco and took care of business like they should have. 34-20. They beat them 34-24. Josh
Buffalo's
Allen,
a playoff team.
32-40, 375 yards, 4 touchdowns.
You know what's going to be fun to watch?
What?
Buffalo v. Miami for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch those games.
San Fran, when they're putting out their Mullins night football, even though he threw for 316 yards, they have a lot of work to do. They've got 4 games left, and they're back 3 games.
We got to talk about Carson Wentz.
Hurts so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good.
Recklessly speculating. I know I saw some stuff on Twitter that said that he could go to the Colts and reunite with
Frank Reich.
But I'm telling you right now, Kyle Shanahan, if there is a new quarterback whisperer, it is Kyle Shanahan. And could he fix Carson Wentz? I think so, too. I want to say I like to see him going to the 49ers.
Well, there's some other things. And this was people calling into shows yesterday when I had little ones that I got to listen to while I was driving around taking care of business. But there's things that the locker room says that Carson Wentz is kind of like a know-it-all. They don't really like him in the locker room. I thought that was interesting. Okay, let's see. You want to? We can jump all around, but
yeah, congrats to the Hawkeyes and the Fighting Illini. You got to love that. I mean, taking down Duke and North Carolina one day. Way to go, Big Ten. Announce your presence with authority.
Yeah, good job to Illini. I mean, they just beat up on Duke. That's just a game I had to listen to on the way back.
Illinois only played one time this year. Do we know where?
I don't know. I should know, but
that's going to be a fun game to
stare at a
watch.
Schedule at Pints every day. We should know that. I have a
Illinois is no joke. Iowa's no joke. Well, Big Ten is no joke.
Friend of the show, TJ Deere, texted me this morning and said, "What did you think?" Now you have to keep in mind, I'm not an X's and O guy. You learn a little bit here because now I can hear things, but I don't know really what's going on. But right away, and the crazy thing is this: I do everything through the Hassel Twitter or ESPN 1170 Twitter or Facebook, their pages, but it just doesn't get the traffic. So I just did it through my own, which it was nice. A lot of people were following along, comments. I know they're watching the same game, and it's probably, I don't really have to give updates, but there are certain things in there. It's almost like Iowa knew the Tar Heels game plan, like they stole it. I don't know, because they came out with a 4-guard set. This is what me and my friends on my text thread like to call the blizzard, because it's an all whiteout. And UNC was double and triple teaming Garza.
Yep.
And very, very fortunate, guys. They were draining threes. And as a matter of fact, they made 7 of their first 9 attempts from the arc. Overall, Iowa hit 17 3-pointers. That is the most 3-pointers by a team in the history of the 21-year ACC Big Ten Challenge. So, but they shot really well. They were shooting at one point. They were shooting 52% from the field. That's a big deal because that's going to come down. You can't stay at that rate. But UNC was physical. They were double, triple teaming Garza, and on both sides of the floor, he was getting beat up.
Oh, he was getting beat up, and he was earning his National Player of the Year, which he's going to get. Here's the deal, Jay. When they came out in the second half, even the guy on ESPN said this. They punched Iowa in the face. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did they end up doing? Garza went on to score, I want to say 10 of the next 11 points. They just fed it to Garza. He toughed it through when they needed him. They ran the biggest front line that he's going to see against him.
Yeah.
And he still had an off day with 16 and 14.
Yeah, it was his 24th career double-double. His 16 points moved him past Ronnie Lester for 7th all-time in Iowa scoring. Yeah,
But I mean, the guys on ESPN, I don't think they could have been more giddy about Iowa.
Good. And got to credit my boy Tom Kakert for coming up with the stat that was the first time that Garza was 4th on the team in scoring, as low as 4th.
Yeah.
Since playing San Diego State back in November 2018.
But they have other weapons, and you saw those weapons come out.
Wheezy came out hot.
Wheezy's good. You got J-Bo. Listen, you got these guys have maturity now,
and
that's what it boiled down to is maturity and not being afraid. Listen, Luka's going to do what Luka does, and you keep feeding your beast like that because he can't be stopped. If that's stopping him, good luck, man. Good luck.
They and then you. Okay, so
All right, I got something from Chopper, so keep talking. I'm going to make sure I'm reading this right.
Okay, in the second half, UNC does get a lead for a total of 54 seconds. But at that moment, like you said, maturity, leadership, but also when you have on the floor, you have Joe T on there, and that baseline layup under the basket.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, goosebumps.
The Murray kid that you told me about?
Keegan hitting that one, the and one.
In the block.
Yep.
You see the block?
Yeah, so then he was on there, and then when Joe at a timeout, I don't remember
and
as
I was
much.
bouncing back between this and the Cowboy debacle, so I didn't see everything.
At this point, Joe T, I can't tell you exactly when he came out, but when Murray and Nungi left the floor, the small crowd of about 100, and they gave him a standing O for putting in the time to keep Iowa in there while the guys could get rested. It was great. It was a different atmosphere. I don't care. Before those other games, those blowouts, people are sitting on their hands. It was good. I know it's small and it's not the same and it's not Carver or whatever else, but it was cool and it's tough. It's tough to be on press row and not cheer.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough thing to do, but. It was more because of the crowd was into it more. That noise that I say that piped in didn't bother me. I didn't even notice it.
Didn't even
really.
notice it.
Mm-mm.
All right.
So it was.
I could definitely hear the sneakers screeching.
I actually noticed it this time. Maybe I
Okay.
broke the glass or whatever else,
All right.
and now I can be able to feel it. So now the overhit, and there was some worry about that, and then obviously Iowa covered as well. They covered the three, so it was great. And then Kaker, texted me. He's like, I think they're going to hang 100 on UNC.
I saw you guys back and forth on Twitter.
And then I was like, that's what I said. Don't come back here, Roy. Don't recruit here ever again.
Oh, yeah. I was
Beat it.
You two were great. You two were great on Twitter last night. You didn't yell, Kaker!
Yeah, no. I did text and whatever else. Iowa will play. They'll play host to Iowa State, who's 1-1 on the year in the Iowa Corn game. Tip-off is set for 8:00 on Friday night.
Corn.
Yep.
No, that was great, man. I'll tell you. I did not. Huggy Bear, if you're out there, you can call and talk about it. I text Huggy right away after Iowa won. I go, beat Duke. And he goes, we will. Because, I mean, seriously, I'm like, come on. We took care of North Carolina. Take care of Duke. So, happy for Illinois. I did not watch any of that game, so sorry. I know Huggy's going to hate on me for that, but.
And the one thing that I'll say about UNC, they're big. They're physical, but they're awful clumsy. It just, turnover prone and passes that it just didn't look like it. It's not a team that you expect out of Roy Williams. But the most important thing is losing that lead and the maturity. And then Roy and Fran. So.
Oh, did they got into it?
No. They're all over those refs. Second half came out within the first 5 minutes. Those refs were blowing the whistle like nobody's business. And then the Iowa bench is screaming. They're trying to inbounds, and the UNC is defending him, and he's
on the line.
He keeps stepping over the line when they're trying to inbounds underneath the basket, probably on the north side. And the bench is screaming. He's on the line. Blows the whistle. Roy's like, you can't see that from there. He's screaming at him. Referee calls, turns around, starts explaining, like, you can't see that from there. Rah, 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 just yelling at him, meets him there. And then right after that, you have the blocking call that Fran lost. That was on the south side that UNC was going in. And Fran met the referee at midcourt. Because I put on there, I'm like, Roy better be careful. He's flirting with the T. And then that message that I put on that post didn't age very long until I have to say, well, Fran wants to get in the mix too. He just threw his hat in the ring. Someone's going to get teed up soon. He was red-faced. It was great. So it was. That was a lot of fun, and it's a good win over. That's the number 16 team, and that was the number 16 team in the country at the time. I think I posted something yesterday. Iowa beat 7 ranked teams last year, and it was the most in the nation. And with the way the Big Ten's ranked. I think they can break the record. I think it's 8 ranked teams in a single season of their own record, their own personal record. They did 8 back in, I think, 2006 maybe. Maybe I'm off. 2008, 2009. I don't know. But
well, it's gonna be a challenge, man. I don't think Illinois is not a pushover, and neither is Michigan State.
No, and and Michigan's gonna be okay too. And I think we had 5 at one point in the top 25. So. Yeah, but like I said,
Well,
I knew we're gonna get some.
Do we have
pushback
3 in the top 10 or 2 in the top 10? I know Michigan. I know Illinois is 6th. Iowa's 3rd.
Mm-hmm. I will say this: we're gonna have to pause everything, the excitement for cutting down the nets after we beat Gonzaga. After Iowa beats Gonzaga.
You think they beat them?
I think the COVID thing's going to hurt Gonzaga a lot. I mean, they are 2 weeks off. That's no practicing, even though I'm sure they'll go to like a fitness center somewhere and have an underground thing or whatever else. But,
of course, our favorite Michigan fan is trying to tell me that we need to hold down on our expectations.
Well, the COVID thing.
Mark is trying to tell me that we should cool down on our expectations for the Hawkeyes.
So, but the COVID thing is real. Coming off of that, yeah,
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'll do that right before the break. But the COVID thing is going to be real. Their legs are not going to be underneath them, and they'll put us. I think they'll come out swinging. I'm calling it now. I'm calling us to beat Gonzaga.
All right.
And it won't be any. I'm just going to say. I'm just telling you on ease. I'm telling you this team is good, from what I know. Okay, and that's not a lot. And it must be. I was thinking about this when driving in, considering what I'm asking you to do tonight, and what I'll talk about at the end of the show. It must be maddening to be like a friend of mine who, from one time, can talk about Iowa and do all the sports, and then wants to watch reality television.
It's not. It's just funny. It's just funny. I don't know where you get it.
We have that and a lot more to talk about. We've got the college football playoffs. We're going to talk to Emily Van Buskirk in the second hour at 1:15. She's going to call in. We're going to break down the college football playoffs. Iowa State's at number 7. Iowa's at 16. So we'll look at that. We're going to talk about the Ohio State Michigan with her as well, and what's up with the Pac-12. 12:30 we have a phone call coming in from
Surprise?
No, it's my buddy's kid. We were talking on Saturday. He was giving me a hard time. We were talking about Big Ben, and I'm like, what do you know? He's like, oh, he's not a top 10 quarterback. I'm like, what do you know? And he started breaking it down, and I was like, you want to argue about it on the air? And he's like, sure. So I want to hear his thoughts about Iowa basketball. I want to hear his thoughts about
Ben Roethlisberger. Not a top 10 this year or all time?
This year.
All right, this year.
But I mean, I just wanted to. I said, hey, call in. He's sometimes he needs a break from hybrid learning. But we're going to have to take a break. Before we do that, and I posted this on my own personal Facebook page, that we got a card in the mail. And it was really, really nice from a listener, Madeline Fairs. I'm pretty sure I'm saying the last name right. And I just want to say it is cool, and I shared it with T-Roy and Bomber, and then I just posted it today. But it was a Christmas card, and not to take anything away from Andy from the Natty, because he sent us gifts too. Because I don't think I posted anything there. But the card said, "I love your show. I'm listening to you right now. I don't follow sports. The last sporting event I watched, beginning to end, was in high school when Joe Namath was in the Super Bowl. I love your rants and your interviews and your BS. Thank you for making life fun for us.
I'm most of the rant and the BS.
Yeah, keep up the great work, and Merry Christmas. Madeline Fairs, a listener who understands nothing but sports.
Madeline, thank you.
Yeah, Madeline Fairs. Madeline, Merry Christmas to you, too. Thank you so much for thinking of us and taking the time to write that in. And I believe I still...
I even said, look at us, man. We're actually popular.
Sort of.
I mean, kind of. I mean, we get fan mail.
Porquito, yeah.
I'll take one letter. That's fine. I'll run that one letter. I think that's like... greatest thing ever.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
All right. Chopper, my buddy out there, sending me texts and stuff. I'll get to that soon. But anyway, Chopper, just so you know, bud, I want everybody to make sure that they use Locals Love Us. They have their guides all over the Quad Cities. They have a table of contents to help you find what you're looking for. Or you can go to the website, localsloveus.com. You click on Quad Cities and browse your favorites. It's easy to use. And my boy Chops is out there ranking the most popular places for you. So make sure you check them out. That's Locals Love Us. They're your guide to the best.
You like that? You like that?
We're going streaky! Yeah!
Holy cow!
This is Adam Rosso from Hawkeye Headquarters, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Checkers has a 99-cent spicy chicken sandwich every day until 2020 is over. Let's get through 2020 together at Checkers. Get your spicy chicken sandwich for 99 cents every day until 2020 is over. Don't forget to grab some of Checkers' famous fries while you're getting that 99-cent spicy chicken. If you live in or around the Quad Cities, there's a Checkers location near you. Fastest drive-thru in the Quad Cities. See you there. together. Get your spicy chicken sandwich for 99 cents fast at the Checkers drive-thru.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
If you don't think analytics are a useful tool in winning games in sports, then what you should do is when you go to the racetrack, you should just pick horses based upon which one you think is the prettiest. You should disregard everything else you might find in a racing form. You should pick stocks based upon how much you like the names of the companies. Disregard information that might help you make an informed decision. You wouldn't do that because you're not an idiot, and neither are the people running sports teams and making decisions. Analytics are a great example of something that has turned into a hot-button topic because we've attached a fancy or frightening word to a very simple concept. Analytics are just the things that have happened. That's all they are. They're just telling you what's happened. In the past, this has happened.
Greeny, weekdays at 11. A Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170.
So you think you know Iowa football? At Elite Sportsbook, if Iowa loses, you still win. Now offering up to $25 a week in Iowa football loss insurance for the entire season. If you bet at least $50 on Iowa to win and they somehow lose, you will be awarded a $1 free bet for every point that Iowa scores, up to $25. Go to EliteSportsbook.com to check it out. Play your game with Elite Sportsbook. For a limited time only, must be 21. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
This is Will at Dolan Jewelers. We know that gift giving can be a struggle for most guys. That's why at Dolan's we make it easy. We offer a wide selection of brilliant diamond studs that will make her face light up this holiday season. Our cheerful elves will also show you the most popular styles in jewelry today. For a safe, local, and easy shopping experience, visit Dolan Jewelers on Elmore Avenue in Davenport or dolanjewelers.com.
The Max Kellerman Show.
Like, who was that? Greeny, who said the time to say about personal pride was weeks ago? I mean, I understand what he's saying. He's not wrong. It's fine, but I don't think it would have made a difference. Keyshawn saying they started Foles, and it's no. I disagree. The issue is one thing with Chicago. They have no offensive line, period. That's the whole problem. No offensive line. They have a thin receiving core, it's true, but no offensive line. If I had to design a football team, and I have like 10 spots where I can put all my resources, right? Where am I going to put all my resources? Like, what 10 spots do I want covered out of a roster of 50, right? I want a stud quarterback, of course, everyone does. My next 5 spots will be stud offensive linemen.
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't!
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
You'll find all the hits right here. The NFL is back on the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back to Don't Ask Us Local here on AM 1170. Got Jay Bird and T-Roy in the house. I'm in the middle of ranking the quarterbacks, Jay.
Yeah?
Just off my own little 2 eyes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, Easer A's is saying as Iowa football fans, I don't know what he's getting at. Hoping for that. I know Indiana has shut down some things, the Indiana team, and I think he's trying to lead to that we would play them in the cross-game championship for football. They're just doing their testing right now. I know that was mentioned, and the same thing with out in the Pac-12 stuff. So, but yeah. So, well, before we went to break, we were just talking a little bit about the Big Ten basketball, and that's obviously a concern in the back of everyone's head about this season right now, and if we're going to have problems. I know we've mentioned it in the past before Kakert said that Fran feels confident that, I think he said at the time, all but one has already had it, or everyone's had it. But, the problem is and concern is always if you get like an outbreak within the okay, yeah, so he was talking about Indiana because the third place game is booked for December 19th. So if someone comes in who, just in the front office of things, an administrator. But before we get to, but we do know that, and we're also expected that the Big Ten is going to change their stance on you have to play at least 6 games to play in the championship. They're going to reverse that, and Ohio State will be in the Big Ten, supposedly. That's what they're saying today. It's not a good look for the Big Ten, in my opinion. They're the ones that flip-flopped and everything else, and it's just a thing of, well, we got to get in there because we got to get our money. The college football rankings did come out, and, they're scheduled right now if they got to win against Northwestern, but they're number 4. So the selection committee rankings came out last night. Alabama was at 1, Notre Dame was at 2, Clemson's at 3, and Ohio State's at 4. But before we go to the second break in the second half hour, the first hour, that's a lot right there. I do have a trivia question for you when it comes to the college football playoff, the teams that are in there. So hold tight with that. Iowa State's at 7. Here's the deal. My buddy texts me that Iowa State's at 7 and that he thinks that Iowa State has a clear path to get to number 4.
Really?
Yeah.
How clear is it? I mean, Ohio State has to not be able to play in the Big Ten championship.
Clemson, let's say Notre Dame beats Clemson twice, Clemson leaves the top 4.
Okay.
So then Ohio State's at 3, and then you got Florida's going to have to play Alabama in the SEC championship, right?
Okay.
And somewhere in line, Texas A&M's in there too, because they're at 5 and 6. Iowa State's sitting at 7. So if Ohio State gets kicked out, which they're not going to, that in Florida or Texas A&M, one of them drop out. Iowa State and Clemson would lose to Notre Dame. Iowa State would be sitting at 4. It's a wonky list, but it could happen. Yeah, like he says, Ohio State is the best team in the Big Ten. They are. We want them in there, but it's just not a good look. It just doesn't look good. That when you flip flop and do all that stuff, and you come up with this rule, and then you could say, well, you know what? Never mind. It's not really that important of a rule. But look at Notre Dame. They fiercely independent. Israel says in the Facebook comment thread, Big Ten logic, if Ohio State were to lose to Michigan, they would still be in the Big Ten championship based on tiebreaker or Indiana, so therefore this weekend didn't matter. Okay.
All right.
I see the logic. I guess, but then you come out ahead of time, like, and Israel knows as well. Like Major League Baseball said, they don't care about the standings, they care about, the numbers and who gets in. You just say, like, hey, if this happens, we're going to every week on a Zoom call, we're going to reassess what our stance is. How's that?
Yeah.
And then have a Facebook Live meeting, kind of like our governor just did today.
Yeah, she
put it out there and we reassess. And hey, man, we're losing some games because of COVID, but we don't know if the 6 is the number that the hard 6 is what we're going to go with. So, but it's my own personal opinion. It just, you don't come out, cancel season, then get the season going, and then say it's going to be 6, and then start worrying about it when it's Wisconsin, and then Wisconsin completely, crashes after that, and then, yeah, Kyle, Ohio State and Michigan is canceled for the first time since World War I. But the thing is that left Ohio State with not getting to the 6 games that was implemented at the other time. So the matchup between Ohio State and Michigan goes all the way back to 1897. Ohio State has won 8 in a row and 15 of the last 16. This is about the only way you can do it. All right, we got a phone call.
All right, you get it. You bring it in.
You're on ESPN 1170 AM. Oh, I didn't do it early. Hello, you're on ESPN 1170 AM. Who I got here?
Luke Martin.
Luke, my man.
Oh, no, not one of those Martin kids.
Yep. All right, Luke. Last Saturday, we were sitting around having a conversation. And I don't know how it came up about Big Ben, but you told me he's not a top 10 quarterback, which led to which led to an argument between the two of us. And I said, what do you know? You're only 11.
You are only 11.
But I said, you know what? Let's continue this another time. And I'm sorry on Monday that I didn't get you in, but I figure you need a break from your hybrid learning, right?
Yes.
Was your dad really hard on you with that hybrid learning, being that he's some sort of teacher?
Administrator.
No, I think he's golfing right now.
What?
Ah, what an administrator.
Yeah, wait a minute. He's got bosses too. You can't do that. So I hope the superintendent's not listening. All right. So
I've been comprehensively making a list.
All right, Luke, I don't know if you've ever met T. Roy before, but he's on there, and he's putting a little list together too. So do you have them ranked in any order, or do you just want to give me the guys that are in the top 10 that's not Big Ben?
I looked at the stats, and Big Ben stats are not anywhere close to some of these quarterbacks.
Whoa. What stat is that?
I'm looking at the stats this year. Big Ben stats are not anywhere close.
Did you look at the stat that included wins?
Did you look at the stat included completion percentage, touchdown to interception ratio?
Yep. John Watson has a
quarterback rating,
700 more yards, and has a 2% better completion ratio. Completion percentage.
He is 1% better, but that's fine. I'm looking at it right now.
All right, so Deshaun Watson's in your top 10?
Yes.
Don't get angry with me. Okay.
Deshaun Watson only has 300 more yards. I'm sorry, little over 400 more yards. Sorry. I'll give you Watson, though. I have Watson ranked higher.
I think Watson's probably 4 right now.
I got him at 5.
All right.
Who's your 4?
Josh Allen.
I don't like that.
Well, he's got 26 and 8.
I'll put Josh Allen 6, A-Rod 3, Watson 4, and probably.
Well, do you actually have this?
Yeah. Start to your. Who's your number 1?
Patrick Mahomes.
All right, that's good. And then who's your number 2?
Kyler Murray.
Wow, bud. Let's see Kyler on this list here. Kyler Murray.
He's gone down the last.
He's
five
only
weeks.
got a 94.5 rating. He's got 10 less passing yards than Big Ben.
But
A-Rod 3.
Total yards, he's got to be up there, though, because
he's running. That's fine. I'm just talking about quarterback.
All right, so then you have A-Rod at 3, Deshaun Watson at 4. Who was your 5 again?
Josh Allen 5.
Okay. All right. Then who's at your 6?
Lamar Jackson.
All right. Wait, what are you doing over there? He's a reigning MVP.
He's not even throwing 64% completion percentage.
Was that your 6?
I got Lamar at 6.
Who's your 7?
7 is probably. I'm not sure about that one.
But not Big Ben.
No.
Tua?
Justin Herbert? What about Ryan Tannehill?
No, not Tannehill. Herbert's probably my 9.
Okay.
I'll take Ryan Tannehill over Kyler Murray.
You would take Tannehill over Murray?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, he's got a better touchdown to interception. He's 26 and 5. He's got a higher passer rating.
I know, but Murray also runs for a bunch of yards.
That's fine. I'll still take Tannehill. I don't need a mobile quarterback that looks like a midget.
And then I'll take Russell Wilson in there.
Yeah. Okay. That's an obvious one. I don't know why I was passing on.
Russell Wilson ranked number 3.
What about Tom Brady?
Brady's no.
What?
You're gonna put Brady in there?
You're not.
No.
The guy has 28 touchdown passes.
I would rather
3,300
have
yards.
Than Brady.
You'd rather have who?
Baker.
Baker.
Come on, kid.
Come on, Luke. Hey, Luke.
Brady is so washed up.
All right, listen. They're on you were also on Facebook Lives, and so there's people on the comments thread. Are you a Arizona Cardinals fan?
No.
Okay.
I'm a Bears fan. The Bears suck.
Oh,
yeah, they do.
Wait.
You can say that.
You can say that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have Trubisky over Big Ben.
No, Big Ben over Trubisky.
Okay.
All right. So I'm assuming you are a Cubs fan too?
Yes.
Yes. All right. And did you watch the Iowa basketball game last night?
Yes.
What did you think about it?
Bohannon was dealing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Garza was not. He didn't look great.
Well, he got beat up pretty good. I mean, Luke, you play basketball, and you're very talented. He's a very talented athlete, by the way.
So you don't take after your dad.
And so he was getting double and triple teamed pretty hard.
I know, but that's why Bohannon had so many points, I think.
Yeah, he had 24 points, and he also moved him into the top 20 in career scoring for Iowa. So, do you think this? Do you feel this team is good?
Yeah, I think they can go all the way.
Okay.
But I think they'll have trouble with Baylor.
Okay. You like Baylor?
Baylor, they're just way quicker than the Hawks. They're way different.
Well, that's true, but I think the real test will be Gonzaga in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what school do you go to?
Pleasant View.
Pleasant View. And then, do you have any other sports things you want to talk about, or any questions for us?
Where do you have Big Ben listed?
Okay, there you go. That's a great question.
I'll give you my top 10.
All right.
You ready, bud?
All right. Yeah.
Mahomes is 1.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is 2.
All right.
Russell Wilson is 3.
All right.
Josh Allen is 4. Deshaun Watson is 5. Brady is 6.
What?
Yes. Big Ben is 7. Tannehill is 8. Herbert is 9. Kyler Murray is 10.
You think Brady is 6?
Yeah.
He's the greatest of all time. I know we're doing right now.
Listen, Kyler Murray can run. That's fine. But Kyler Murray was exposed against the Rams. Brady's been exposed, and he'll
Murray
recover
is really
from
streaky.
it.
Murray is really streaky.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go with Deshaun Watson right now. I'm sorry. I can't go with anything with the Lamar Jackson right now because he
wasn't bad last night.
It's the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They probably are the worst defense
They're the
ever.
worst defense in the history of the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes are the 2 best quarterbacks in this league, hands down. They
I
do
agree.
it. But you can't just go one little year and say, hey, this guy looks pretty good. But I can tell you, when you go off certain things and you look at guys, pocket quarterbacks are going to be the way it is, no matter what. And then these scrambling guys end up getting broken. Eventually, Mahomes won't be that. He'll be just like Rodgers.
I mean,
he'll
yeah,
only
Murray
scramble
probably
when he needs it. Mahomes and Rodgers right now have the most talent. Hands
I agree.
down. But
You're right about
Big Ben used to be a little bit more mobile, but he just never went down easy. Big Ben's a top 10 quarterback. He's solid. He's throwing 67% completion, 27 touchdowns, 7 INTs. He's got a 97.2 rating. He's throwing for over 3,000 yards. I mean, that's pretty solid, bud. I mean,
In their career right now, would you rather have Deshaun Watson or Big Ben on your team?
Career?
Well, that's why I got Deshaun Watson at 5.
Right now.
Yeah, I would take Deshaun Watson right now.
Yeah.
But that's why I got Deshaun Watson at 5.
When they're both in their prime, would you take Big Ben?
Yes.
That's actually a really, really good question.
I would.
Because
take Ben.
is Big Ben a product of the Steelers system because they do so well drafting and putting things around him? And
All
his
right.
prime.
Did Big Ben put the ball into Santonio Holmes' hands so that he can make that toe tip catch, or
True.
did Santonio Holmes make the catch? No, it's Big Ben.
It's a really
Now,
good
do
question.
you think
I mean, just
Big Ben would be that good if he was on the Texans?
Good. It's a good point. It's a good point.
well, if he would probably have done pretty well with DeAndre Hopkins. Now, right now, nobody would be that good with the Texans. I don't care who they are.
Yeah.
But Big Ben in his prime would still be good with the Texans.
Yeah, I mean.
This year's an anomaly with the Texans, really. I mean, they sold everybody off, so it's hard to.
Yeah, why did they traded that D-Hop trade. That was kind of dumb.
What kind of dumb?
Well, Bill O'Brien is a.
Yeah,
that's why he's no longer the coach or the GM anymore. Luke, what sports do you play?
I have a basketball tournament this weekend if they say we can play, and then I play baseball. Those are my two mains.
What team do you play for basketball?
PV Spartans.
Okay. And then for baseball?
Rage.
The Rage?
Rage Against the Machine.
You guys are the Rage?
I like it.
That sounds like a 11U girls soccer team. The Rage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you giving the kid a hard
just
time?
give him a hard time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, we've already won state twice.
Yeah, they won state twice.
Won state
yeah.
twice. So, yeah, you rage on that, Jay.
I know. Where's the Rage based out of?
What?
Where's the Rage based out of?
Southeast Little League.
Davenport?
Yeah.
So you play for PV basketball, but you play for Davenport in baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're all over the place.
He's a high-quality athlete.
I'm not going to play for BPV.
Hey, so for real, you got all your athletic talent
They
from your
bring
mom, right?
umpires that can't throw strikes.
Just so I can make fun of your dad. You really got all your athletic talent from your mom, correct?
Yes.
There you go. Any shout-outs
Wait,
you want?
no, I mean, my dad was a pretty good athlete, but...
He was a good athlete, yes. So was your mom. Do you have any shout-outs? Do you want to say hi to any of your friends? Any girls?
I guess.
What's her name? Come on.
Dad?
Huh?
My dad thinks... I think my dad's listening while he's golfing, so have a good round, Dad.
Have a good round, Dad.
What
That's
about
a
the
great
girls?
shout-out.
What about the girls, man? Give a shout-out to a girl.
Nah.
Hey, bud, I don't know what the plan is that's going on with your guys' hybrid learning, but let's do this again real soon. You were great.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, bud. Take care.
All right.
That's Luke Martin.
Shout out to Martin out there doing that hybrid learning himself.
Yeah, I know. Just
hybrid learning how to hook into the
just
woods.
Threw him under the bus like that. So that's 11-year-old Luke Martin. Again, I've known him since he was born.
That's funny.
A great kid.
He just does not like the old guys, man.
Yeah,
he hates anybody old.
He gave you the business.
Oh, he did.
He was great.
You got Brady? Yeah.
We mentioned. All right. Before we go to break, I'll give you the question and you can think about it. All right, and I'll come back and I'll give you the answer. It's a trivia question and it has to do with the college football playoffs.
Okay.
All right. So you guys out there listening, this is actually kind of a longer question than I normally give you. So, in the 6 years that we've had the college football playoffs, and the playoff spots every week they give us 4. Right. In the 6 years, all right, there's been 24 playoff spots. Playoff spots. All right. So there are 4 teams with multiple appearances. Alabama has 5. Clemson has 5. Oklahoma has 4. Ohio State has 3. So that leaves there's only 7 teams out there with a single appearance. Okay?
All right, I go through those again real quick. Bama had 5.
Yep, Clemson had 5.
Clem had 5.
Oklahoma's got 4.
Oklahoma has 4. And Ohio State has 3.
Yeah, so this is when you finally have the final spots, when it's all said and done in the year. Who are the top 4? Those are okay. Alabama obviously last year was the only time that they were shut out.
So there's
Clemson, I don't
7 teams that have 1 appearance.
Which was single appearance, and I'll give you a hint.
I already know one of them.
Okay, but I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
4 mascots are animals.
All right, 4 animals.
Uh-huh. Did I say animals?
Yeah.
Animals. And 3 are people.
Okay.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna ask you to do when we go to break.
Well, I got 2 of the people.
Okay,
already.
that's good, but I want you to do it afterwards.
Oh.
So, I want you to do it. We're gonna go to break, and then we'll do it after. So, like I said, out of the 24 spots that are there, this is for the listeners out there on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread or driving around the car thinking about it.
I got 2 hidden animals.
24 playoff spots in 6 years. Including 4 teams with multiple appearances. Alabama 5, Clemson 5, Oklahoma 4, Ohio State 3. Who are the 7 teams with a single appearance? 4 mascots are animals, 3 are people. That's your hint for the 7. But put down.
And this started in what year?
6 years ago, so 2014. So put down your pencil. Read me a thing real quick.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know you're thinking, but I gotta cue up the commercials.
Oh man, you're the best ever. All right. Locally owned and operated, by the way, and making an awesome delivery to Harrington's Pub tomorrow. Our friends at Tri-City Equipment have been around since 1934. They have the best restaurant equipment and value that you can find. You can get all your cookware, equipment, tableware, Jay, chairs, things like that Harrington's Pub needs. All right. Everything is guaranteed, 30 days on labor, 90 days on parts. If you're looking to cater an event or you just need something for your home, go to tricityequipment.com, or you can stop down to their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom at 527 West 4th Street in downtown Davenport. Remember, they deliver to all Quad City residents and match online pricing. So take a hike, Amazon.com. We got Tri-City Equipment. Give them a call, 563-322-5382. Store hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
You like that? You like that?
We're going streaky! Yeah!
Holy cow!
This is Coach A.C. Earl. Don't hassle us, we're local.
I love getting free shirt.
For real, free shirt is always awesome. Did you see this shirt?
That shirt's crazy. Where did you get that?
QC Custom Tees. They all about free shirt this time of year. They have a sweet deal going on right now where you buy 25 hoodies for $25 each and get free shirt with every hoodie purchase.
Wait, so you mean I can order 25 hoodies and when I pick them up, I get to take a shirt when I pick them up?
Actually, you can take 25 shirts when you pick them up. If you need more, you can order 50 hoodies and the price drops to $20 each. And of course, more free shirt.
Holy
Whoa, this is a radio commercial. Careful what you say. Baby, you should go to QC Custom Tees now and take advantage of the free shirt they're offering before the special disappears.
Great idea. I just need to take care of one thing first. Do you know where the bathroom is?
Time is limited. This deal won't last long. Go to their website, qccustomtees.com, or find them on Facebook. QC Custom Tees.
I'm Colleen Wolfe with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Cowboys and Ravens wrapped up Week 13 on Tuesday night in Baltimore. In his return from the COVID list, Lamar Jackson threw for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 94 yards and another touchdown as well. The Ravens rushed for a total of 294 yards in the 34-17 win over Dallas, improving to 7-5. No Des Bryant in this game. He was pulled from the field during warm-ups because a COVID test earlier in the day was inconclusive. He was retested at the stadium, and that test came back positive. No high-risk close contacts were identified, so Bryant was the only Ravens player removed from the game. All this according to our Tom Pelissero. In Philly, Doug Peterson has made it official. Carson Wentz will not start Sunday against the Saints. Instead, it'll be rookie Jalen Hurts making his first career NFL start. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Napa know-how.
Right now, get a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil and a platinum filter for just $22.98. They're an iconic duo like Salt and Pepper, a hammer and a nail, or the holidays and awkward hugs. You can't get one without the other. That's Napa full synthetic and a platinum filter for just $22.98. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales price does not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 12/31/20.
What's in store this holiday at Staples?
Gifts and packages shipped with care.
So you can relax knowing they'll soon be there.
Now at Staples, save 25% on UPS expedited shipping services.
Plus, take up to 30% off select shipping supplies, like boxes, tape, and padded mailers.
Shop in store or get it same day with Instacart.
And save on holiday shipping at Staples.
In-store only. Offers end 1/2/21. See store for details. Instacart not available on shipping services. Fees, taxes, additional terms, and or tips may apply. Delivery subject to availability.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers, but maybe you're unaware of new tools that can help your business stand out. Go to townsquarequadcities.com now for a free market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too. There's no cost and no obligation. Be one of the first business owners to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising here on ESPN 1170. Get started today. Call 563-202-2230 or visit townsquarequadcities.com.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Two things. Number one, it feels like Adam Gase, it feels like this is a last-ditch effort, not to save his job, but I think to save his respectability, right? To try to say, maybe a future job. Like, I'm trying to do things right. While I'm on my way out the door here, I'm going to try to sit here and say, it's like a confession, essentially, saying like, hey, look, I messed up. I haven't handled my responsibility. That's number one. Number two, I think it's going to be harder and harder to go away from the hype that's going to come with Trevor Lawrence. If you're a New York fan, if you're a Jet fan, you're also worried about maybe even if we do surround Sam Darnold with the right skill sets or the right players, maybe this is who Sam Darnold is. Maybe he never blossoms out of this. It takes a really strong personality to bear out of that and say, that's not who I am. Maybe this is who Sam Darnold is.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The holidays are right around the corner. Don't stress out finding that perfect gift for that hard-to-buy someone on your list. Shop Premier Metal Art. They do custom engraving on items like tumblers, promotional items, and other custom gifts. They even do holiday decor and family namesakes. These multi-layered, full-color, powder-coated metal art items are a must-have this holiday season. Customize your man cave or purchase a gift for a sports fan, a first responder, or even a veteran. Order now online at qcpremier.com or on Facebook. Finish your holiday shopping today.
Get the latest NFL news on your phone. Download our app today and never miss a thing. From the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back, Quad Cities. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us or Local here on AM 1170. Jay Bird T-Roy in the house. Jay laid out a nice little trivia question. Jay, repeat it again for the audience so they know.
Okay. The college football playoffs have been going on for 6 years. And so that means there's been 24.
Since 2014.
That means there's been 24 playoff spots in the 6 years of the college football playoffs, including 4 teams with multiple appearances. In the 6 years, Alabama's been there 5 times. Clemson has been there 5 times. Oklahoma has been there 4 times. And Ohio State 3 times, all at the very final at the end of the year. So that leaves 7 spots left.
Yes.
So who are the 7 teams with single appearances? I gave you a hint. 4 mascots are animals, 3 are people.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start out with 2 peoples.
Okay.
Notre Dame.
2 peoples. Notre Dame is on the list, correct.
So I don't get any special, like...
All
right, never mind. Keep playing
I
this.
got another hotkey, yeah.
All right, no, keep playing it.
Okay.
My next people.
Yeah.
Michigan State, the Sparties.
Yes, Michigan State, 2015.
Okay.
Can't forget that.
And then you also can't forget the Georgia Bulldogs. That's an animal.
There's your first animal. Georgia Bulldogs made it, yes.
My first animal. My second animal.
Mm-hmm.
They won it last year. The LSU Tigers.
Very good. 4 for 4 so far. Now we're down to 3. It's going to get a little dicey now.
It might get dicey for you, Jay, but not for me. Because I'm taking the next Tiger you might forget. Auburn Tigers.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm mad now. All right, then I get to re-guess that one because I get 3 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'll take my next animal.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Oregon Ducks.
Very good. Very good.
Only 1 wrong. Well, my next people, and the last of the peoples, is the Florida State Seminoles.
Very good.
And now I am just a little worked up now, Jay, and I can't figure out who that other animal is going to be. I had a couple of things written down. I don't think that's right. Can you give me a hint what conference it is?
Pac-12.
Really?
Yep.
There was another Pac-12 in there besides Oregon?
Mm-hmm.
And this is an animal.
Yeah. I can't remember why. I can't think of their quarterback right now.
Pac-12 animal. Was it Washington?
It was Washington, indeed. The Washington Huskies.
Oh, man. Well, I didn't do too bad.
No, not bad at all. I would have I would have forgot about Florida State Seminoles. Yep, there you go. Brad Hines just told us. Jake Locker was the quarterback for Washington. Then, yeah.
I was thinking Auburn because I was thinking Cam Newton.
I knew him. I knew LSU. I knew Michigan State. I knew Notre Dame. I would have.
Here's how I went down. I knew Notre Dame because they played for the title. and lost.
I would have left out Oregon, Washington, and all those. Yeah.
I remembered Oregon because of the quarterback that used to be the quarterback for the Titans. Michigan State, I remember that because it should have been Iowa. Georgia, because they played for it. FSU, I remember because of the crab legs.
Yeah. Yep.
But I thought it was Auburn. It was Auburn. Man, I was so close.
I think someone pointed that out, that it must have been Florida State Auburn in the last BCS game when Cam won it. I think that's a really good call, yeah. So
well, not bad. Dang it, I thought I had them all. So excited.
Right on. All right, well, it's Wednesday. Is there anything you want to talk about before we do the games, or you want to go in the games?
I think we nailed. Well, I kind of want to bring up this Olympic thing.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. I'd love to.
So you and I were sitting there watching the ticker, and I think the Olympic Committee has now authorized skateboarding, one other horse hockey thing, and break dancing.
Yeah, break dancing is the
as Olympic events. No, I mean we're all laughing a little bit about it. Now, skateboarding to me is an X game. And I could never do it. And I can see skateboarding being a sport. Are you with me? But now the Olympics is trying to steal from the X Games.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. Is skateboarding not extreme enough for the X Games, so they like kicked them out, and then the Olympics were like, "Hey, we'll take you. Definitely, we'll do this."
But I don't even know what the other one was.
It was.
It was mountain climbing.
No, it wasn't mountain climbing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I think
mountain climbing.
No, it was like parkour. Hold on.
Yeah, but no, someone said parkour, like parkour. It's mountain climbing.
Let's see here. I just pulled it up. Did it say mountain climbing, or was it wall hanging or something like that?
Wall climbing.
Wall climbing.
Something like that.
I think it was wall climbing. Yeah. You know how I feel about this when.
But breakdancing over wrestling.
Okay, I guess parkour was kicked out. Was rejected. So was ocean rowing. Wrestling is not in it. That's the problem. It's a huge problem. And for anyone who doesn't believe so,
breakdancing
is out of your mind.
They don't think America is going to dominate breakdancing too? We invented the damn thing.
Yeah,
because isn't that the reason they kick us out of all the other sports? Because we're too good. They kick softball out because we won every year, right? And they're kicking wrestling out because of Danny Gable, the greatest all time. Take that, you Ruskies, you dirty commie bastards. You're kidding me? Breakdancing? You don't think, man?
The 2024 Olympic Games in Paris.
And by the way, some of our guys that are the best breakdancers are way out of their prime. We started this back in '84, bud.
I don't know. Apparently, according to this article on ESPN, breakdancing is really big in India.
Is it?
Mumbai is up there, yeah.
They copied everything we did.
Yeah, they've got B-Boy Flying Machine is India's best-known breaker.
B-Boy Flying Machine.
Yeah, that's his name. Well, that's his breakdance name. I mean,
I'll take Dennis Cigarin over that dude.
We got a phone call.
This is insane.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking breakdancing. Oh, they don't want to talk to us.
Maybe I didn't see it. If I missed you, call back. I didn't see the thing do it. If someone
breakdancing though, man, we get dudes on the street in New York City doing this on cardboard back in '83.
I agree, and hey, let me tell you something. The only flaw about breakdancing in America is Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. All right, phone call here. Okay, go.
Who do we got? Jam Master Jay or Jam Master Flash?
Yeah, I'm just getting ready for the Olympics, fellas.
Is that Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anderson, you were a breakdancer, weren't you?
I got my moves going. I just busted out the cardboard. I'm out on the front lawn right now.
Dude, I'll bet you're a good breakdancer, dude.
All right, just be honest. Did you have a pair of parachute pants?
No.
I
did. Oh, did I?
Yeah,
I did.
Okay.
I don't anymore.
Oh, no, I didn't. I said,
really,
did you? Yeah. That's coming back after the 2024 Olympics. We're all going to be wearing parachute pants.
Yeah, I had the zippers galore.
Oh, God, those are the best parachute pants.
Do you guys remember the names of the two characters in Breaking?
No.
Their B-boy names?
Ozone.
That's one.
And who was the other dude? Ozone and what's his name?
Turbo.
The fact that you
Turbo,
two ding-dongs
yeah.
can remember that, it just kills me.
Oh, yeah.
Ozone and Turbo.
But guess who took me to my first break-in movie?
Your wife.
My mom's stepdad. So, yes, my step-grandpa took me to see Breakin'.
Why not?
Why
and now
not?
look where it's become.
Now look at you.
Yeah, I guess because
Yeah.
I guess the Olympic Committee was like, well, Breaking had a sequel, Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo, and Vision Quest never had a sequel. So obviously,
Yeah, that's what it was.
let's kick it. Let's bring this in.
You should see my head spin.
Yeah, mine was about the same way.
But I don't want to make it all about me, in the words of T-Roy.
God,
Not all
it is
about
always
you.
about you, Anderson. God, if Eddie's listening,
not
I
all-
got to remember there was a kid that we went to grade school or 6th grade with that was the best break dancer. And he could do the atomic worm. I mean, that kid could get like 4 feet off the ground doing the atomic worm.
Dude,
Man, what was his
I
name?
couldn't
It was a little
dance. I
bitty
had
dude.
No rhythm. But at any rate, how about that win by the Hawks? Good win. Jay, excellent coverage.
Thanks.
Yeah, wasn't it? I kept looking for him.
Well, I'm waiting to see him on TV.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I
mean,
kept looking for him. It was so
No,
quiet
it
in
was
there.
great.
I just want him to yell Kakert really loud one day again.
I can't. I don't want to get
just
kicked
want him
out.
to yell, T-Roy!
Kakert!
I did get a message from Dale. He said that the ESPN announcers, there was a fan, someone yelling at the referees during about that call that Fran met at minimum half court. And he says, "Is that you?" And I said, "No." But you could hear. I mean, because the fans sit across from me, you can hear a lot. And there was not just one fan. I can guarantee you that. It was pretty brutal. They were on that referee.
So I do have one question.
Sure.
During these unprecedented times.
Yes, sir.
How was that game allowed to go on last night when they pulled Des Bryant, like, during warm-ups?
You know, that's a good question because I read about it, but I didn't go too deep into it. He
tested. He had an inconclusive test earlier, and then before the game, they had him test, and it came back positive.
It was well, maybe that's it.
And-
Like, okay, because his quote is, "Tell me why they pull me from warming up so I can go get tested." And I said, "I tested positive. Tell me why they pull me." So the crazy thing is, I have the same routine. It doesn't make any sense to me. So basically, Brian's PCR test Tuesday morning is inconclusive, like you said. So they did a retest, and then they came back. The results came back Tuesday evening because the lab is in Maryland. I don't know why.
Well, it just makes me wonder because wasn't Baltimore the reason that the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game got thrown into a
Yeah.
So is it going around this team and they just don't want to admit it, or?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, it's
kind of makes you wonder. But yeah, the disappointing are disappointing, Troy. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's great, man.
better.
We got to get this dude fired, dude. And the only way we're going to get him fired is by him looking like a complete doorknob. I mean, listen, they're the ones that wanted Zerline.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Break the leg.
And look at that. He misses 3 field goals, which totally changed the dynamic of that game.
And then I get a text from Tompo last night saying, "Bring back Richie Cunningham."
Yes. I mean, you got. I mean, his calls, his play calls, his coaching decisions are just insanely terrible. His defensive coordinator, his coaching is terrible as well. You're not. Listen, I understand the team's hurt, but you're not coaching anybody into the right place to be.
Right.
And there's a lot of talent on that front seven where they can make up for the lack of players right now in the secondary, and it is bad. You got guys regressing in front of your eyes. Xavier Woods, for example, just not playing up to par. Well,
Right.
and he was doing very well a couple years ago. This boils down to coaching, man. They have a terrible coach. Jerry Jones needs to, like I said earlier, pull his head out of his ass. There's just no other way to do it. I mean, it's on Jerry Jones. He has to make the call. You can't sit here and be loyal to McCarthy like you were to Garrett. I mean, McCarthy was supposed to come in here and ride this race car right into the playoffs, and guess what he did? He drove it into a GD wall. He did.
I agree.
He might as well. He might as well beat Earnhardt without the heads device right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Can I go back to your?
soon?
Can I go back to
I
your?
don't know, dude, but I'm just saying. I mean, to me, I'd rather have Earnhardt than McCarthy. So, can we switch them out?
I hear you, man.
Let me go back to your question. Let me go back to your question. Let me go back to your question, though.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this is what ESPN.com is reporting. Immediately after being pulled from the field, Bryant sat for a contact tracing interview with the league and NFL Players Association officials, who also uploaded data from a movement tracking device Bryant was wearing. Based on the interview, the source had told ESPN this. Based on the interview and the results from the device, officials felt confident there were no high-risk close contacts, according to sources. So, and then it goes on to say, according to the league's COVID-19 policy, close contact does not include brief interactions such as walking past someone. So they felt like, everybody, and by the way, all the other players on both teams tested negative on Tuesday.
Well, just hoping we get through the season. Hope we get through a Hawkeye basketball season. Look forward to seeing them in Illinois. I mean, Illinois is tough. I watched that game yesterday. Iowa's definitely deeper, but Illinois has just got a great squad. It'll be fun to watch, I think. So,
You just got
as always, I appreciate you guys, everything you're doing. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Maybe sit back and talk some sports, all right?
Love it. Take care, man. Be safe out there.
All right, go breaking.
He played it at the end. It was great to have a conversation with Anderson, and that was funny that he.
I love that he has his own production.
Huh?
He brings his own production too.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. So,
I'm gonna have to tell Emily she's gonna have to step up her game when she's calling in.
What? Yeah, Brad brought this up. Brad writes this on the Harrington Pub Facebook comment thread because I've been looking at this because I saw that Major League Baseball. Extended offers to about 119 teams in minor league baseball, but the list of only ones I saw was to the AAA and AA. Brad's saying that the Bandits are now going to become a Royals affiliate.
Okay.
So.
And be AA?
I believe they'll stay single A, but I've been waiting to see this list. I saw just a AAA and AA earlier. So, but we're gonna take our break because then when we come back, we'll prep to talk to Emily Van Buskirk about college football and what she thinks about everything that's going on in college football playoff rankings.
You like that? You like that? We're going streaky! Yeah!
Holy cow! This is Turk Wendell, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
Janae and Golick Jr.
You can still push forward playing. It's an impossible tightrope. Was it really worth it for you to have to go and mobilize? Is it worth it overall? And that's the hardest thing for me to reconcile when you have a season that looks like the odds of you making it to where you want to go are very slim. And now you're putting people in position where it's not their best luck either.
Janae and Golick Jr. 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
Excuse me.
Hey, this is the ladies' room, you freak!
Sorry, ma'am. We just sold this bike here.
So why do you have motorcycles in the bathroom?
Well, you see, Brenny's just received the new Suzuki motorcycles and ATVs that have been on order and are finally here. Along with all the parts and new Suzuki accessories, there's just no space left. Just a few short years ago, we built a 20,000 square foot showroom. And now with all this new inventory, we don't have squat for room. Excuse the pun.
Very funny. Hey, you know, I do like this new Suzuki motorcycle.
You should see the GSXRs we got in the men's bathroom, or the 1200 Bandit, or the Marauder that we keep down in the wine cellar. Come to think of it, I've never been in the ladies' bathroom before. Wow, look at all the latex vending machines you got in here.
That's Playtex.
Yuck, now I gotta go.
Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf across from Alcoa. Almost.
The Max Kellerman Show.
Like, who was that? Greeny, who said the time to say about personal pride was weeks ago? I mean, I understand what he's saying. He's not wrong. It's fine, but I don't think it would have made a difference. Keyshawn saying they started Foles, there's no. I disagree. The issue is one thing with Chicago. They have no offensive line, period. That's the whole problem. No offensive line. They have a thin receiving core, it's true, but no offensive line. If I had to design a football team, and I have like 10 spots where I can put all my resources, right? Where am I going to put all my resources? Like, what 10 spots do I want covered out of a roster of 50, right? I want a stud quarterback, of course, everyone does. My next 5 spots will be stud offensive linemen.
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Looking for a bright spot this holiday season? Come to Mary's Diamonds and Jewelry, where absolutely everything is on sale now through Christmas Eve. With financing available, we will make the holidays sparkle without busting your budget.
Whether you're popping the question or just need to put the wow in gift giving, take advantage of incredible deals at Mary's Diamonds and Jewelry.
Make sure Mary's Diamonds and Jewelry is on your list this season. Visit us at 2115 East 12th Street in the village of East Davenport, home of the wow factor.
Merry Christmas!
And here's the crazy thing, Lakers fans. AD needed championships. Chips, plural. To start entering the greatest power forward ever conversation, because he's got the skills, right? But Tim Duncan did too, and Tim Duncan's got 5 chips. Well, AD's got 1 now. How many does he need to win with the Lakers before he starts entering that conversation? Who's the greatest power forward of all time?
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
There's absolutely nothing, for example, the New York Jets can do this season that is going to change the fact that they're going to be a terrible football team. So does firing the coach help? Well, they're trying to develop a young quarterback in Sam Darnold. And all of you across the country who may not see a lot of him saw why Jet fans like me remain hopeful about him. Because he obviously has so much physical ability, but he still makes terrible mistakes, and so much of that can be laid at the feet of the brilliant offensive mind whose job it is to develop him. And so I guess my feeling is, if the head coach is doing such a bad job that the team can't beat anybody, that they commit 11 penalties in a game, including multiple dirty late hits, including one on the very last play of the game that had the opposing coach telling his players run off the field before we have a brawl out here. And oh, by the way, the quarterback is regressing.
Greeny. Weekdays at 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
One, two, three, into the 4. We're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us Local.
Maybe I should have had this teed up ahead of time so we don't have to listen to us call, but, you know, that's the world we live in. You know, make sure to tell everybody we don't have a producer to do this stuff, all that fun stuff.
Well, maybe if we just keep complaining about it, we get one.
Nah.
Nah?
That'd be crazy.
Nah.
It's crazy talk.
Kevin, nah.
Yeah, it's crazy talk. We're going to call Emily Van Buskirk from yardbarker.com. She covers college football. So we've been friends with her for a couple years now. And
all over the country.
She
good news recently, when she was in studio last, she was the working for the Peoria Chiefs.
Yeah.
And she's our favorite.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Cali, man. I mean, she's living on, Cali time.
I told her time.
Yeah, but, I mean, she's... You never know, man. Something cool might happen out there.
I just hung up. Anyway, I'll try it again. Hold on. I don't know if she's ready for the number that we have here. Yeah, I probably dialed it wrong, too. Who knows? But she knows I'm calling. I want to tell her news. Anyway, thanks to Brad for sharing that article. Oh, there it is. Never mind. She's calling back. All right. Ready?
Yep. Emily, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Sorry about that little technical difficulty, but I made it.
It's okay. We have those all the time around here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
So you've been traveling the country. I've been watching you on Twitter, always having fun and always bringing it. And it just amazes me that you find a way to make it to all these places and figure out the COVID rules. Although I have to ask you, because I never did see the reason, what did you do in New Orleans to get in trouble, to get a yellow card?
Well, that is actually a funny story. That was my first ever Saints game, and it was pretty cool because it was Taysom Hill's first game as well. So I hadn't been to an NFL game in a while because normally I'm covering college and I don't have time to go on Sundays. But I was able to go as a fan with some friends that live in New Orleans. And now I'm not going to blow up anybody's spot, but it was not me who got the yellow card. It was a friend of mine that I was with. And the reason was, you're going to laugh, he kept forgetting to pull his mask back up after he would take a drink of his beer. You know, when you're sitting watching a game, you tend to just sip on your beer, cheer for your team. You don't really think about it. So he had his mask around his neck, like his gaiter, and he just kept forgetting to pull it up. And I'll tell you, the security at the stadium was on top of it. They must have people, like, watching us through, like, cameras, because every so often, probably every couple of minutes, someone would come over and say, hey, pull your mask up. Hey, pull your mask up. And then finally they got tired of reminding him, so they gave me a yellow card. And they said, next time we have to ask you, you're kicked out of the game, which scared him straight pretty quick. So
I guess so. I'll just drink through my mask if that's the case.
That's
what they call filtered beer.
Right? So someone better come up with a way to do that, and that person would make millions, because it's just something you don't think about. And it's kind of indicative of the time we're in with sports is, you know, is grabbing your mask, having it up, making sure you have hand sanitizer and gloves and you're not standing too close to anyone at press conferences or even in press boxes at these games. You know, they have plexiglass in between us. And if you're going to eat your food or drink during a game, you have to remember to pull your mask back up so you're not making other people uncomfortable and you're being safe. So it's definitely a weird time, but I'm just happy that all of these teams are making it work and athletic departments have found a way to safely hold these games.
Now, living out in the Bay Area and obviously what happened with the 49ers, did that affect, are you in that county or are you outside of that county?
Luckily, I have been in what's called Monterey County down here in Pebble Beach, and it's a little different down here. We're very close to the ocean, a lot more open space, and the county is a little bit more lax than my normal county, which is Marin County up by San Francisco. So I've been fortunate to not have complete shutdowns like in some of these other counties that have gone now back into stay-at-home order under Gavin Newsom. So that was bizarre. And it's funny to me that the Niners, okay, they're like, what are we going to do? They're going to head over to Arizona where there's spikes. I mean, there's spikes everywhere right now, but it's weird to me that a team would pick up and leave and go to another city where isn't that equally endangering? I mean, I don't get the logic, but I guess I'm glad they found a place.
I can't make logic out of any of it, so that's fine. I'm with you, kid. Don't worry about it.
Makes no sense. But we have football, and I guess really that's all that matters. So,
can you can you tell us like some of the places that you've gone to that the COVID procedures that they've implemented that they were like, that's a really good one, I like that better, or this works out, or they've worked towards for you that it's it's not just a thing.
It's been different everywhere, and it kind of depends on the state and how they've been handling it each time. So like, for example, in the beginning of the year, I went to Army, and Army's already a pretty stringent, code to get in because you're on an active military base. So theirs was probably the most stringent of all of them. Although Miami had a pretty strict one that was good, and spacing. They had the plexiglass, the box lunches, all that. But then there's places like I went to West Virginia to cover Marshall a few times, and Huntington's a very low spike area, so they didn't have very many cases. The team's been very careful. So the press box was a little bit more relaxed. We didn't have the plexiglass, but you're still wearing your mask all the time. You're doing the post-game on Zoom and all that. So it's different in each area, but every athletic department has found a way to work. Like I went to a Tulane game, and their poor SID, who was amazing, their press box is kind of small, and he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But he found a solution in having the writers and the scouts sit outside under a tent. Now, granted, I went earlier in the year when it was nice and warm. I don't know how that's going to work with inclement weather, but it was kind of cool to sit outside and watch the game from a different vantage point, and they found a way to make it work. So it's been unique. I got to tell you, if we finish the season out, I don't know what bowl's going to look like. I applied for the Cotton Bowl, so I'm going to try and cover some of the bowl games and hopefully the Natty, but I don't know what those are going to look like. That's going to be my real question, you know?
Well, this is what I was thinking about. At some of these bigger stadiums where they have suites, why not just spread people out into the suites instead of keep them in the press row?
I think that's a very good question. It depends on capacity. So, like, for example, the Cotton Bowl will be, a Jerry World where the Cowboys play. That has the opportunity for a ton of space. So then it depends on, okay, how many tickets are you going to sell? You want to sell the premium seats over the other seats. So there's that question of, revenue. And then if you do put people together in suites, how do you group them? People that haven't been around each other. There are writers that, want to be further away from everyone. There's people that are taking it. A lot of my older friends are a little more concerned than probably I am. So there's so many different factors. I honestly don't know how they make these decisions, but I'm hoping to chat with my friend that works for the Cotton Bowl and see kind of what their process is at this point, because the bowl season's going full steam ahead, even with games being canceled and with things happening, there's still a bowl schedule on the calendar. So I'm interested to see if we're going to make it inching across this national championship finish line.
Well, I know we've lost, I think, 9 bowl games this year. I think it might have gone up since I read that the other day, but hopefully we don't lose too many. Get as many games as we can for these kids. All right, so last night the College Football Playoff Selection Committee rankings came out again, and Ohio State's still in there. And from what I understand, the Big Ten is planning on, and I don't even know if they've announced it since we've been on the air. As of the time we went on the air, they didn't say anything. But the Big Ten is sources are saying that the Big Ten is going to say that Ohio State can play in the Big Ten championship game. They're going to change their 6-game mandatory minimum rule based on the thing that they're based on their opinion that even if they were to lose to Michigan, which is the first time this has not been played since World War I, even if they were to lose to Michigan, they still would have represented the East out there in the Big Ten championship. Now, I think this is a kind of a black eye on the Big Ten.
Well, they already have one black eye. Why not carry around 2?
Yeah. What are your thoughts about what they're doing, Emily?
She's there, but we can't quite.
Yeah, I think she's cutting out. We're going to have to drop her and call her back.
Come on, Jared from Verizon.
Come on.
Can you hear me now?
Harry, can you guys hear me?
No,
yes.
No, now we can hear you. Yeah, we couldn't hear you. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm surprised that you didn't pick on the Pac-12 at this point.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm going to ask because we have Iowa State fans, some of them around here. But what were you saying? What were you saying? Because you went completely out.
Okay, sorry. So we're talking about the Big Ten and them making this rule about 6 games for the championship. And you're not a fan, I take it.
I just don't think it looks. I mean, you cut your season down, then you bring it back, and then you tell everyone, okay, conference games only, but you must play 6. And then all of a sudden, Wisconsin's got a little bit flirting with COVID and not getting to the 6 games, so they're like, well, we'll reevaluate. And then Ohio State, they lose their games, and their biggest game, Michigan versus Ohio State, and then they're like, oh, hey, we can change these rules. I just say, why not just do it week by week? And I don't understand. I don't like changing the rules in the middle of the game. I know these are unprecedented times. But it's just like, nope, it's got to be 6, and then it just kind of goes away based on trying to get.
Do you think that's an arbitrary number?
Well, they kind of made it sound like it was, and now they're just totally backtracking because they knew. I mean, in their eyes, half the time Ohio State's a representative for the game, so that's what they're doing.
That, whatever Ohio State can accomplish is going to be the minimum. I mean, is going to be the bar. I guess. Listen, I don't reside too much in the Big Ten. I don't say I would care. I do care, but I understand what they're trying to do, and it's crazy what we're doing right now. And I hate to be like, oh, blame it on COVID, but we have to make it. There has to be adjustments made because you're looking at teams like USC is 4-0, Colorado's 4-0. they're going to Cal, let's take Cal, for example. Cal could have been a 5-0 team right now, 4-0 team right now. They lost so many games so closely because they lost their whole offensive line in one game, and then that's a wash, and then they lose this other game. They lose the axe to Stanford. There's so many what-if moments in this season that if somebody wants to try and add some stability, some regulation, some, bar that you have to hit or line in the sand, even though it seems arbitrary, at least it's structure. At this point, I would take structure over anything because it doesn't make sense to me how you have a USC team ranked number 15 when they've played 4 games against teams that are hobbling, each week to week. So I applaud them for trying to make some structure. Obviously, it's not going to be well received, and that is what it is. But at the end of the day, we want to get Ohio State in, right? Isn't that what everybody wants? So then that'll be what happens.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they want.
It's good for our conference.
Sorry,
and whatever else.
Yeah, it's good for the Big Ten, I guess. Now, I want to ask you a little bit of Pac-10 because there is Pac-12. There is a player at Oregon who everybody's talking about possibly being one of the greatest offensive linemen to come out of the draft since Tyron Smith out of USC.
Okay.
And I'm talking about, and I think I'm pronouncing it right, it's Sewell?
Oh, Sewell, yeah.
Sewell? Okay.
Sewell, yeah.
Have you had a chance to see him play, and is he everything they're hyping him up to be?
So are you talking about Penny Sewell, the one who opted out from this year?
Did he opt out?
Well,
I didn't know if it didn't say that he did on anything I saw, but yeah, Penny Sewell.
No, Sewell is, so he's an incredible player. And he basically opted into the 2021 draft. So they have been trying this year to replace the offensive line, like that. Some of the guys that they lost that decided not to play. There was actually 4 new starters. So that's why Oregon, they kind of started off really like at this pinnacle and I feel like the Pac-12 always does this because Oregon has all this hype, and Cristobal's a great coach. So, don't get me wrong, but they do this every year. We think they're going to be great. And then as we see game by game, piece by piece, it's not as strong of a team. I'm actually more impressed with Oregon State and what Jonathan Smith is doing there. They have one of my favorite running backs. I know I'm switching gears on you, but their running back, Jamar Jefferson, is incredible. If there's a player you should watch in the Pac-12 right now, it's Jamar Jefferson. He is the most incredible running back I've seen in a while, to come out of the Pac-12. And the Pac-12 has a lot of good running backs. So, and talking about a team that nobody listens to, pays attention to, whatever, they're kind of coming out of left field here with the games they've been winning. But that's who you should watch, not Oregon, okay? I'm going to steer you directly to Oregon State, please.
Jamar Jefferson.
And then
Jamar Jefferson.
And since you do know a lot about the Pac-12, what's the story lately about the Washington-Oregon game?
Washington? Did you watch the Stanford-Washington game?
No, I didn't. Isn't there COVID concerns that they're not going to play the game?
Oh, I mean, every week they say that.
Okay,
I don't know.
gotcha.
I actually should reach out. One of my buddies is a coach over at Washington, and I should probably check in and see what's going on. But I literally assume that most things are going to get canceled. So then by the time I get to the weekend, it's a nice surprise if there are games to watch.
No, that's a good way of looking at it.
I've been focused on the SEC. I'm actually going to Florida on Saturday to cover the LSU game. So I'm excited to finally get out and see Mullen and see Kyle Trask in person because I've been on the Trask Heisman train since the beginning of the season. So I'm checking into SEC this weekend, checking out a Pac-12.
All right. Yeah, and then what were you? We brought up something about the. Did you say about the Big 12 earlier? I don't.
The Big 12?
Yeah.
Are they still playing?
Yeah, they play. Iowa State's going to be in the championship against Oklahoma.
I was interested this weekend. The only thing that I care about in the Big 12 this weekend is I'm pretty sure TCU is playing Louisiana. I think. Who are they? Let me see. Now I got to find this out. They're playing a team out of conference, which is already interesting because a lot of conferences said that wasn't a thing. But that's another thing that's loosened up as we've gone through the year. Now people are trying to find games where they can. TCU is playing Louisiana Tech. Now TCU is favored by 21.5 in this game. Louisiana Tech is better than people realize, and this is on my upset radar big time because I don't think TCU is as good as everyone thinks. And I think La Tech, having covered a lot of Conference USA, La Tech is a very good and talented and scrappy team. So that game is on my upset radar for sure.
Can't wait.
Do you do anything? Do you cover any in the Sun Belt at all?
Only generally during bowl season. I'll get a little Sun Belt action in there. But I was excited with the news. Tulane's offensive coordinator Will Hall took over for Southern Miss, and that was kind of a big storyline this past week. So trying to kind of revamp that program and see what's going to happen there. I guess Frank Gore's son plays for them, which I didn't realize. He's a running back in college football, and a lot of people wanted to see if he's going to be as good as his dad. But that's such a tough thing. It's the same thing when we had Barry Sanders at Stanford. The son, he's never going to be the original, and to give them that kind of pressure is tough. But, that's a whole other diatribe I'll go on another time.
I'm just interested in it just because of Coastal Carolina is undefeated there in the rankings.
Coastal, yep.
And then Louisiana.
Love me some Coastal Carolina. Willie Corn, the offensive coordinator, is incredible. He's young, but he's such a good coach. And their quarterback's a freshman, Grace McCall. Love the freshman quarterback this year because there's a lot of them, believe it or not, and they've been putting up very impressive numbers in a very unconventional year. So
and then they also have Louisiana in the Sun Belt, and Louisiana has a win over the number 7 ranked Iowa State Cyclones.
That is true. The Raging Cajuns, they started off real strong, but I think they've been hit a little hard by COVID as well.
Okay.
Kind of tapered off a bit. But they're a very good team.
All right, so you said you're headed to Florida this weekend?
I am. I'm actually stopping in Kentucky Friday night to be on the radio call for a high school state championship game. I'm very excited for this opportunity. Some friends of mine that do ESPN radio in Owensboro asked me to come out and call the game with them. So I'm going to be doing that Friday night, broadcasting the high school championship game, and then flying to Florida Saturday for the LSU game. So big weekend.
Be safe, Emily. It's awesome to hear from you. It always is.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
I love coming on. Call me anytime. Check in. Let's hopefully we make it to the championship game. That's the goal.
That is the goal.
All right, Emily. Have safe travels. We appreciate
you. All right, you guys stay safe.
Yep.
Bye now. Bye.
All right. Well, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got to guess our games for the week. We've had great calls and we've really gotten after it. But
yeah, look at us.
We do have to
Day's almost over.
Yeah, we do have to take a break.
You like that? You like that? We're going streaking! Yeah!
Holy cow!
This is Rachel Alger with St. Ambrose University, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Checkers has a 99-cent spicy chicken sandwich every day until 2020 is over. Let's get through 2020 together at Checkers. Get your spicy chicken sandwich for 99 cents every day until 2020 is over. Don't forget to grab some of Checkers' famous fries while you're getting that 99-cent spicy chicken. If you live in or around the Quad Cities, there's a Checkers location near you. Fastest drive-thru in the Quad Cities. See you there. Get your spicy chicken sandwich for 99 cents fast at the Checkers drive-thru.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's eyeballing a jar of candy.
That is tempting right off the start.
But he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him for the apple.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
If you don't think analytics are a useful tool in winning games in sports, then what you should do is when you go to the racetrack, you should just pick horses based upon which one you think is the prettiest. You should disregard everything else you might find in a racing form. You should pick stocks based upon how much you like the names of the companies. Disregard information that might help you make an informed decision. You wouldn't do that because you're not an idiot, and neither are the people running sports teams and making decisions. Analytics are a great example of something that has turned into a hot button topic as we've attached a fancy or frightening word to a very simple concept. Analytics are just the things that have happened. That's all they are. They're just telling you what's happened. In the past, this has happened.
Greeny. Weekdays at 11. The Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Football is back at the Double Crown. No fans allowed in the stands, so get the best seats possible at the Double Crown Bar and Grill. During all big college football games, enjoy $5 pitchers of domestics and $2 wells. Stop in for lunch during the week. Tuesday is all-you-can-eat wings and Friday nights all-you-can-eat fish, both for just $11. Plus happy hour daily from 2 till 6. For daily specials, find them on Facebook. Double your fun every day at the Double Crown Bar and Grill, 217 Brady Street, downtown Davenport.
Janae and Golick Jr.
If there's anyone that won free agency, the nice, cute little week that it was, and what was it, like 48 hours?
It was basically like the free agent, like 24-hour deals after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
It was pretty much like Black Friday, like with that type of stuff. Like, hey, we got this player out of, you know what I mean? Sign him now. The Lakers, yes, based on how they retooled, and especially, I know LeBron James talked to Montrezl Harrell, there's a whole different landscape now that actually might work for someone else's benefit. Even though the Warriors are gone, Steph Curry will be back. And I think in Steph's head, the reason why he's so dominant is he thinks he's the best player in basketball. If you look at the periphery, don't count out the Warriors. They might make some noise in the West. And then also the Nets. If they play to their potential with no problems, even though they have problematic personalities, yes, the Lakers can repeat, but it won't be easy.
Janae and Golick Jr., 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers, but maybe you're unaware of new tools that can help your business stand out. Go to townsquarequadcities.com now for a free market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too. There's no cost and no obligation. Be one of the first business owners to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising here on ESPN 1170. Get started today. Call 563-202-2230 or visit townsquarequadcities.com.
Open our app to listen live, win stuff, and to sign up for breaking news alerts. Never miss a thing on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Don't Hassle Us a Local. We're going to try to get through a few things here. I had to revamp the T-Roy Power Rankings, so it only had a change at the top. I did throw Kansas City into 1, Pittsburgh down to 2 after the loss. New Orleans stays at 3, Green Bay 4, Indy 5, so on, so on, so on. But we're going to compare these right now to the ESPN Power Rankings. See how I fare.
It's one of those things that it's usually like right at the top, but I don't know if they bumped it out or whatever else.
Or maybe they didn't do it.
Maybe they're just not on. They're not as consistent as you. That's the thing.
That's what it is.
Why all these games get thrown all around?
You know, I had to stay with it. They should have to stay with it. They're handing out power rankings.
Where is it? Power rankings.
Well, we can always skip it.
Yeah, we can do our picks.
We'll do our picks, and if you can find it later,
sure. Let's pick our games. This is where we just go complete money line. We're not going against the spread. We're not doing anything like that.
We'll leave it open. Maybe even we'll text Leah. Matter of fact, Jay, I'll text her right now. The Patriots or the Chargers?
Don't text her right now. She can catch up with us when we come back.
Yeah, but that way then she can catch up when she gets back and she won't miss one.
Huh?
You get it? The Thursday game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just one.
Okay. Well, then cue this up. I get what you're at here. Yeah. They actually did their it looks like they did they just they updated their power rankings.
They did?
Yeah, they must have gotten it out last night after the Cowboys game.
Let's do it. What do you got?
You're at 1 is Chiefs?
Yep,
they're at Chiefs.
Okay.
Now, this is the T-Roy does power ranking. The ESPN, they have a panel of over 80 writers, editors, and TV personalities. And then they come through and then they look at all of them on there. And then sometimes they'll get a little tidbit of writing in there from people who cover them. All right. Number 2, they have the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
Is that what you had?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
We're going right along.
All right. Number 3.
Yep.
The New Orleans Saints.
Seamsies. Look at us.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Who knew?
Would you look at that?
Number 4,
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers.
Would you look at that?
Yeah.
4 for 4, Jay. Would you just look at this?
Okay, number 5.
Number 5.
The Buffalo Bills.
Oh, real close. I have them at 6. All right. Would you look at that?
And at number 6, they had the Seattle Seahawks.
Oof, we're way off. Okay.
Uh-oh. 7, the Los Angeles Rams.
I have them at 8. That's all right.
At 8, the Cleveland Browns.
I got them at 9.
The Cleveland Browns haven't made the playoffs in 18 years.
I know.
At number 9, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I have them at 11.
Number 10, the Tennessee Titans.
Same. Look at that. I don't know how they forgot the Indianapolis Colts.
They have them at 11.
That's crazy to me. Okay.
And then 12, the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, I have them at 13.
13, the Miami Dolphins.
That's crazy. Okay.
14, the Arizona Cardinals.
I have them at 15.
And 15, the Las Vegas Raiders.
I have them at 14.
Pretty much, did you have everybody out? Was anybody outside looking in for your?
We all
y'all
have
had
the
same top 15?
Same top 15.
Okay. Same top 15. All right. So what we'll do here is we'll look at the money line, and we'll look at the money line, not the spread.
Oh, by the way, and I texted Leah, so I have an answer for her, so she doesn't have to miss out, and she can catch up on Friday.
Okay.
That's what we do for our little bomber.
That's right. Feel better, Bomber.
All right. The first game of the week, Thursday night, New England travels to L.A. to take on the Rams. Leah has already taken the Rams, Jay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. Let's see. I never followed up to see if New England traveled back and forth, or if they stayed out there after their 45-0 win over the Chargers. But New England got to rest a lot of players for this game. I'm still taking the Rams.
You taking the Rams?
I'm taking the Rams. I mean, he threw 98 yards. Cam Newton did. He didn't. I mean, I know it's 45-0, and people are going to get hot on him, but it's.
I'm taking the Rams too, but I'm going to tell you right now, if the Rams lose this game, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we have to start looking at the Patriots like maybe a wild card, and that's crazy talk.
That's why I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah, I mean that would be crazy talk. So.
All right. Houston at Chicago. They both have problems.
I tell you what, I've said this. I feel like we say it every week every time the Bears have something like this. I'm just so tired of the Bears took Trubisky over Mahomes and Watson thing. It's just you're not enlightening anyone into anything, and that's what we're gonna have this week. And I'm taking Houston, even though. Yeah.
Well, we are swimming in the same boat. Got Houston as well. Okay. Dallas at Cincinnati. It's a good week to take Joe Mixon or Gio Bernard.
I don't think Mixon. I think he's been hurt. This is bad. Andy Dalton coming back home.
Yeah, I hope he gets his clock cleaned. Again.
Andy Dalton coming back home to play Cincinnati. I don't know. Who's Brian Finley going to quarterback for?
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't. I'm actually going to take Dallas on the road.
You are?
Yeah, I mean that's that.
I'm taking Cincinnati, and please Cincinnati, just do this for me. That way we can pass you. We can have the 3rd overall pick. Come on, Cincy. Please.
Dude, fingers crossed.
Please. All right, Green Bay at Detroit.
It's
pretty easy.
It's Green Bay. They're right now. They're going for
They hold the reins right now. If they can. Yeah. Listen, we think Kansas City is going to beat New Orleans in New Orleans. We think maybe possibly that's what Green Bay's hoping, and you can't take a day off and just hope that happens and screw up against Detroit. All right, Erickson.
Yeah, it's not.
Erickson's sending me photos. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, as the power rankings or whatever else because I couldn't find him, so he's helping out.
Oh, what a good friend.
Yep. I'm with you. Green Bay on the road wins.
Okay. Kansas City at Miami. Chiefs now in the driver's seat. What do? This Miami defense is tough, Jay. You pointed out. Only defense in the league to have
force a turnover every
game of the year.
Yep.
Brian Flores is a really good young coach. Do they have the muscle, though?
They do.
They do, and you're taking
Calling it.
Miami?
I'm taking Miami.
He's taking Miami. We know Lee is taking the Chiefs. I'm going to write that down right now. Just we don't need to even worry about that. You're taking Miami, huh?
Yep. Even though, Chiefs need to do it to get the 1 seed or whatever, to keep fighting for the 1 seed in the AFC. Because the 1 seed's important. Like we pointed out, it's the only time that they're the only ones that get a week off. The 2 doesn't get a week off.
Miami's still a player or 2 away. I'll take Kansas City.
All right.
They're real close, though. All right, Arizona at the Giants. The Giants. Stud muffins, if you will. Are they the team to beat in the NFC East? The powerhouse NFC East, by the way. Taking down 2 top-ranked teams.
I'm taking the Giants at home. I think Joe Judge is doing something good with this team. There's a couple names that are being thrown in now that we kind of just had the top 2, Tomlin and Flores, for Coach of the Year. But Judge gets to go up there in there. Stefanski in Cleveland gets to go up there.
Yeah.
And Belichick gets to go up there. He had the most players opt out of COVID. And if he can get them in a wild card, he hasn't won this thing in like 15 years. There's a lot of names that can be floated around for Coach of the Year. I'm taking the Giants here.
Yeah, I don't know, Jay. I'm sorry. I'm taking Arizona. Okay, Minnesota at Tampa Bay. Brady coming off a bye week. Minnesota struggled at home against Jacksonville.
Yeah, bye week. Yeah, I'm going Tampa Bay.
I'm with you. Brady's going to have a huge day. Sorry, Eddie. Denver at Carolina. Right.
Yeah, that's the one I said. I will not be watching that game. Denver at Carolina.
Whether watch Marvin make soup.
I'm going to take, based on the coach, I'm taking Carolina.
I'm in your boat, buddy.
I like Matt Rule more than I like Vic Fangio.
All right, Tennessee at Jacksonville. Disappointing loss for Tennessee. Jacksonville's been playing tough, though.
Yeah, Mike Glennon, for some reason, has them floating around in these games. But I'll take I'll take
Tennessee.
Yeah.
As well, I got Tennessee. Indy at Las Vegas. Was right.
I never know what Raiders are going to do. I week to week, I don't know what's going to happen, what they're doing. Indy's fighting for the South. Raiders fighting for the wild card. I'm taking Indy on the road.
You got Indy on the road. I'm taking the Raiders.
No, the Raiders.
All right. The Jets are traveling out to Seattle, seeing if that New York curse is still in effect.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson's PO'd.
I can guarantee you it's not in effect.
It's not?
No.
You're taking Seattle?
Yes.
So am I.
Yeah,
Let's build it up.
I like the build up. Everything. It's just.
Nolans is going to Philly.
Taysom.
They want some cheesesteak, and they want
T. Hill.
They want Jalen to Hurts on his first start.
Whew.
That New Orleans D is hot right now.
But they don't have any type of tape on Jalen.
They don't have tape. They got tape from Oklahoma.
Yeah. I'm going with T. Hill and the Saints.
I got Taysom too. Okay, Atlanta at the Chargers.
Ooh.
In fantasy, Jay, I'm in the playoffs. I might have to bench my boy Herbert for Brady this week. This is just one of those games, Jay, where I can't explain it. I'm going to go first. I'm taking Atlanta. And then Lynn gets fired for sure.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
He's a great coordinator, though.
Yeah, and then...
and we need one in Dallas, so Mr. Lynn.
Hopefully, Raheem Morris, who is the interim coach at Atlanta, they just take that off him eventually. So he goes on the road. Atlanta wins on the road in L.A. against the Chargers.
You got it as well?
Yeah, I mean, they just got beat up by the Patriots, and I think Atlanta's a better team than the Patriots. So let's just do that.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Washington at San Fran.
Ooh, boy.
This is going to be a little battle.
Well, Alex Smith coming back to one of how many teams that let him go. Washington's defense is fantastic. I'm taking Washington on the road.
You got Washington on the road. Yeah, I don't like this displaced San Francisco team either. I'll take Washington as well. All right, Pittsburgh at Buffalo.
Oh, boy. Buffalo is going to get a really mad Steelers team.
Are they?
Well,
are they smelling?
Tomlin was PO'd. I mean, he's like, we didn't deserve to win that game. You know, he was all over him. So, I mean, he's not going to take it easy on Steelers this week in practice. Buffalo looks strong just as well. Wow. This is a good one. I'm going Buffalo. And we're going to have the whole Monday morning thing where the Steelers, are they the new soft team? Were they who thought we were? Breaking down schedules and DVOAs.
Both teams coming off short week. Buffalo traveled cross country back to home.
Oh, that's a good point.
Pittsburgh's going to have to travel up to Buffalo, but they're both coming off the short week. I feel Buffalo smells blood in the water right now.
That's going to be a good game.
It really is. I'm taking Pittsburgh just because I think Tomlin's a better head coach.
All over that when we guessed the lines on Monday. I was all over the Kansas City Miami game, but now I just know the Kansas City Miami game is going to be electric offense. But all right,
last game: Baltimore at Cleveland.
Oh boy, that's a good one too. Short week for Baltimore though.
Real short week for Baltimore, and I don't care what you say about last night. Yeah, Dallas was terrible. They should have been terrible. That Baltimore team did nothing to impress me last night. Lamar Jackson is not impressive. I'm sorry. He's not what he was the year before. I'm taking Cleveland. Go Baker. Go Browns backer.
Oh, yeah. We got to get Browns backer to call in and find out who he picked for his survival. Yeah, I'm with you, too. I'm going Cleveland as well in this.
Yep. And Baltimore will be knocked out of the playoffs.
That's right.
Subsequently, right, and hitherto after.
Well, we have a few minutes.
Backer, if you're listening, call in, man. We want to hear your story about your survival pool and where you're at.
I'll reach out to him and see if he can call in tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have a few minutes before we have to close the show. I don't know why. There's a lot of things that crept up on me this year, and I was like much more like out there, proactive the first time this came around. So I have to get something out there, and hopefully we get people to join it. But tonight is the premiere episode of the next season 36 of the fifth major sport in America, as coined by Bill Simmons from The Ringer. And I do believe in it. It is MTV The Challenge. This year it's called Double Agents.
Oh, this is the thing? Double Agents?
Yeah, Double Agents.
That's your Road Rules thing?
Yeah, the challenge, yeah.
Oh. I saw the advertising for this. I thought this was on another channel.
It's on every Wednesday night. It'll be 90 minutes.
90 minutes?
Eddie just said, oh, good grief. Hey, what did I say earlier? It must be maddening to be around me when you're going to talk about sports, and then all of a sudden I do something ridiculous. There are 30 different challengers, and they will be paired up with someone. They don't know how they're doing it yet. Obviously, the name Double Agents, people are going to do things. Right. T-Roy and I are going to have a date tonight over at his house.
Oh,
I'm going to make him watch the first episode with me. Get him hooked. I've got a website up so you can do fantasy-wise. I didn't have a sponsor. Things fell through anyway. That's another thing. We don't have people that are selling. We don't have producers. What can I do? That's going to premiere tonight at 7 o'clock on MTV.
We're going to be in the basement.
We're going to be in the basement watching it.
We'll see. We can see. Maybe we'll throw Hazel in the basement.
But there are 30 people.
We'll see if we can get Mookie to watch it with us.
Mikey just said time for me to go to a motorcycle ride.
Everybody's going breakdancing now.
Yeah, I know. Thing about it, there's no Johnny Bananas this year, but CT is back. So is Corey. Devin, he's something else. Fessy, Jay from Survivor. They added some new people too. Josh is back. Kyle's pretty good. You're like Kyle, T-Ray.
Yeah.
He's British, and normally I don't like their accents, but he's the British version of Zivar.
Oh God, he's that much of a.
He's just one of these guys that parties
He's that much
and does
of a
all.
dick?
Yes, it's just much. It's just this guy goes out and parties or whatever else, and then he can just go run.
Just go run
half marathon.
Yeah, Z-Bar can do that.
Casey's back. Erickson, I'll have to go back and see who won it last year. I think the only thing we have left is the only thing we had was Front Street gave it to him, but we don't have anyone. Leroy's back for his 12th challenge. He's never won. Nani's been back for her 10th. She's never won. So let's see. I'm just trying to think if there's any. Wes is back for his 14th. The new people. Amber from the new ones are Amber from Big Brother 16, Amber from Are You the One, Gabby from Love Island and Celebrity Big Brother UK, Joe from America's Got Talent, Leo Rush, former WWE wrestler, Lolo Jones.
Lolo?
Yeah, former Olympian.
Yeah. She
has a little bit of a challenge history in her. She was on the challenge Champs versus Pros. It wasn't very good. And Celebrity Big Brother. You know, that's Iowa's own. There's a Michelle Harris,
my
musician.
consigliere.
There's a guy on here called Nam Vo. He was from Ultimate Beastmaster, which I have no idea what the heck Ultimate Beastmaster is. There's a Liv from Shipwrecked, and there's a Natalie from Survivor. Apparently, she's really good. She's a strong candidate. So I'll have to do a quick write up about this and get the link out there and have people get in there, and if they want to do the challenge, it's a real simple way to do it. I set it up so that all you do is you pick the 10 people that you think are going to get you points. You only start 5 every week. They get eliminated. That way you have 5, and then we have weekly stuff. And I know Eddie'd rather watch breaking in the Olympics than this stuff. Tom Glenn has said his CT in his 40s, yes, but he's looking good. There's a Nisa in here who was on to put out like some of these people that they are just living off of this stuff. There's a Nisa in here that was on her first was on Real World in 2001, and now she's still doing this stuff.
She didn't find anything else to do.
What?
Eddie, text me the name of the kid that was in 6th grade that could break dance like crazy.
He'll text you.
I know. I get it. He knows it.
So, yes, I realize it, but this, I'm telling you, this is not the old Real World Road Rules Challenge where they would have a block of ice and there would be a key in the middle of it and they'd have to, like, rub their butts on it to get the key out. This is actual...
They really did that?
Yeah, it used to be really, really cheesy and dumb, and now they really upped it. The one thing I like to watch the most out of this, all right, so they filmed all this already.
Your butt can stick.
There's $1 million prize. There's $1 million prize. They're going to be split up somehow. They did this in, I think, Iceland. They filmed this.
Yeah.
And it's already been done, so you don't have to worry about anything being postponed because of COVID. I know that was going to be your follow-up question.
I was very concerned.
Yeah. So, but the thing that I like to watch about this is these guys that come in that are all jacked, the younger ones, because they're PEDing it up.
Yeah.
And they don't get their supplements and everything else in these.
They don't look so jacked at the end.
They don't look so jacked at the end. Yeah.
That's.
Eddie said Neil Washington.
Yes.
What was his b-boy name?
I don't think he didn't need one. It was Neil Washington because he could out breakdance anybody on the planet Earth. I'm telling you right now.
That's great,
dude. So I mean, I'm telling you, this kid could get almost 4 feet high doing the atomic worm.
The atomic worm?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
you know what the atomic worm is?
I know what the worm is, yeah.
You could literally get 4 feet high. It's insane.
So I'll put that link up and get it out there for you guys to join. It's real simple. It's not like there's once you sign up, you just have to get your team real quick, and then you really don't have to mess with it that much again. But they do a fine job at the realfantasytv.com. So, all right. Well, what a fun day. Emily was great. Luke was awesome. Thanks to Anderson for calling in.
Yeah.
We had a lot to cover, but we will be back tomorrow. And, of course, we'll be back on Friday as well with our Pick 6 and all the other shenanigans we have going on. I'll try to get a hold of Brown's backer and see if he can call in tomorrow if he's got time. But great show today. Good job by you, buddy. A lot of fun. Again, thanks for the phone calls and the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. You guys enjoy your Wednesday. Stay safe and sanitize, Quad Cities.